Hello everybody, welcome back again to my OpenStack video series. In my last video I have uh, explained briefly about OpenStack, and also I have said how to be an OpenStack user using TriStack. How can you create a VM and how you can access that VM using PuTTY. With this video again, I'm going to explain how you can install OpenStack on your desktop or on your laptop using VMware Workstation or VMware Player, or you can do the same thing using the open source VirtualBox. So here if you see, I have opened VMware Workstation and I have created some folder here, OpenStack SingleNode. So what I'm going to do is, well, before going forward, I have created a brief text file explaining what is the procedure followed for creating this VM and installing OpenStack on it. Okay, so if I'll just briefly read. Here I have created a 10 steps to create a single node OpenStack virtual machine. Okay, first is I'm going to install Fedora 21 on this workstation. Then second is I'll set the networking to a static IP. Third, I'll update the packages of the VM. 4, I'm going to disable the network manager and enable the network, because the Backstack which I'm going to use does not work properly with network manager. Also, I'm going to set the SA Linux to permissive, or you can disable it as well. The fifth point is then you can go on creating the OpenStack or installing the OpenStack using the Backstack command line client. After that, you install the OpenStack with all-in-one parameter set. Okay. Then the seventh is then we have to do some editing with the network configuration of the VM. Then I'll create the external network to which this OpenStack single node will be connected to. Then I'll log into the OpenStack Horizon dashboard and I'll just access internet after creating a VM inside the OpenStack. Okay. So let's go forward and use the steps. Okay. And you can follow also directly. I have created another file, text file here, exactly the command to be used if you want to just copy and paste the commands in your VM, and you can readily just copy paste all these commands and go forward and install OpenStack on your virtual machine. So let's go forward and create a virtual machine first on VMware Workstation. So go to Workstation, create file, new virtual machine, typical. I'll OpenStack later. I'll create the OS later. Linux, Fedora 64-bit. Here I'm going to write OpenStack single node. Okay, and I have created actually a folder for that. See here, OpenStack single node. Go to next. Store the virtual disk on a single file. We'll give 100 GB of space to this virtual machine. what I'm going to do here is customize the hardware. I have 32 GB RAM on my desktop, so I'll just allow here 8 GB RAM. I'll allow it to have 2 vCPUs, and I'll enable this virtualize the Intel VT. Okay, and network adapter I'll set to bridged. Okay, so that I get the external router and I'll be connected to internet from my VM. Okay, so here I set finish. Okay, if you see here, 8 GB RAM, 2 vCPU, 100 GB of disk space, CD-ROM drive. I'll set it to the ISA image which I have for the Fedora installation, Fedora server. Okay, now this is CD-ROM and the network is, if you see, it is bridged. Okay, network and all others I don't mind. Okay, now I will go and now start this VM. Well, this will start installing Fedora 21 on my workstation. Click continue. Okay, installing the source and the system installation destination here. I'll select this one. Done. Okay, if you see here, begin installation. Started installing. Let me set the root password for it. I give ABC just for my simplicity. ABC, you can keep whatever you want. Done. Okay, and this will continue. Let me stop my recording here so that well, see, my installation is complete. I rebooting the Fedora 21 VM. When I take it to here, SingleNode OpenStack SingleNode VM. You can see this is login prompt. Root and see the IP. See, it has been allocated as 192.168.0.40. So you see my network. I have a router which is connected to internet, and the router IP is 192.168.0.1, and I am 0.1 network. Okay, so what for my purpose, it's easier to set up this way. Okay, what I'll do is I will create a shortcut of the T, and I will just create a shortcut for that and rename it to my SingleNode. Okay, OpenStack SingleNode. So that I'll just connect this to my VM which I created. So what I'll do is here, actually I can create this way, login as root @192.168.0.40 and set the password ABC. I just gave it, so that I don't have to go again and again type my username and password, directly I can log into my VM directly. Just double click here, accept. You see, I'm just connected to my VM. Okay. Okay. See here. So that what I can do is now you can actually take the steps now and just copy and paste each command line to do the OpenStack installation. It is that easy, yes. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll set up my networking to static because this is by default this has been allocated by the DHCP server, which is running inside my physical router. I don't want to use that, so I'll assign it as with a physical static IP. Before that, let me set my host name. Okay, so I'll just with this command you can set up the host name. Just copy and paste, so it will be easier for you. Okay. Then what you do is just this is the you can set it manually. You can edit this file. Okay. etc/sysconfig/network scripts, and this is the file you can edit manually, or what you can do is just copy here and paste at the command prompt, and this will set. If you see here now, and if you see, actually it is set. Okay, you see here, this is set. Okay, see, okay. What you do is you have to restart, because now this has been set to 200. If you see here, I have set my IP to 192.168.0.200, and see, I'm accessing the VM using the IPS 40, right? See here. So now I have to change that to 200, and I have to restart or network restart. You can service network restart. Okay. Now this will not respond. The network restarted, and now you see I have changed my IP to 200. Okay. Now I can access it again. Okay. See, the IP is now 200. I have set my network. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to copy and paste every line. Just update the I'm going to update the packages. Okay, or you can write this is going to take some time. This depends on your network speed or internet speed. I'll just stop my recording here and I'll come back once this is over. Well, we're back. You see, my update has been done. The VM update has been done, and let's go to the next step. Now just what you do is install the RDO package. Okay, this is you can install the RPM, okay, from Fedora people.org, which is the RDO package for the Backstack package. Backstack is the OpenStack client from Red Hat, and using that you can automate your OpenStack installation. I'm going to install the RDO release. It's done. Now install the Backstack. If you see here, OpenStack Juno release is installed. It is installing. Now what we have to do is we have to stop the network manager and we have to enable the network, because Backstack has some issues with the network manager. So if you see here, the OpenStack new release has been installed. Okay. Now disable the network manager and enable the network. Stop the network manager, disable network manager, and enable the network. Okay, that's done. Now the set enforce 0. What is this? This is, I'll do the SE Linux as permissive. I don't want to set is set. If you see here, and if you go to site, the file Linux and config, see here, this is enforcing. It is set to enforcing. What you can do is either you can set disabled or you can set permissive. Okay, so I'm going to set it to permissive. Otherwise, this will not allow the OpenStack, the Backstack packages to be installed. If you set it to enforce, okay, it's done. Okay, now the time has come to install the OpenStack using the Backstack client, command line client. Okay, let's see. Hope everything works fine, and let me check again everything. Okay. IP is 200 and where networking is enabled now, and I have set enforce 0. I have executed it. Now run this command. Okay, what is this command? I'll explain. Okay, here I'm using the Backstack command line client for installing OpenStack. Backstack is the RDO, it is actually the RDO OpenStack distribution from Red Hat, and this parameter all in one will set everything on my VM. It is a one machine OpenStack installation, so all in one. And okay, what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to provision the demo. With this, if you don't set it, then it will set its own networking, which I don't want to use. And if you see here, this is the I don't want also to be set up all the OBS open source bridging stuffs. Okay, open source virtual switch stuffs. And also I'm not going to install the Celemeter and the suite. Okay, I just want to make it just minimum so that installation goes faster. Okay, I execute it. There is no you can actually remove this if you want. If you want the Celemeter to and Swift to be installed, you can just remove the last two parameters. Okay, let's do. Great, let's go forward. Okay, this is installing. It is going to take some time, but I just show you the initial things and the last things here. It is actually what it is doing is Backstack command. It is the client for the Azure distribution from Red Hat. This is going to create some of the Puppet scripts, automated scripts. Okay, if you see here, this is created. These are the .pp files and Puppet files. Okay, so this is an agent installed here, and creating the scripts, Puppet scripts, to make the open source OpenStack RDO release or RDO distribution from Red Hat to be installed automatically and configured automatically without any manual things. So this is going forward, and you see here the prescript and AMQP MariaDB. This is the DB server going to be used, and this is going on. So I'll stop my recording here. Well, you see now the command completed successfully. Let's explain what it did. Okay, if you see here, and these are all first, like, it's adding the manifest entries. So Puppet works with the manifest files. The files are created .pp files, Puppet files, and they are created according to the setup, according to whatever parameter I have given, and it created actually if you see here, answer file. Okay, this is the answer file it created. Okay, and from this based on my parameter I have passed at the command line, and it started creating the manifest files, and it started applying those. Okay, so when it start applying the manifest files, if you see that it is applying, this is the file prescript, it started applying, and so on. AMQ, this is the messaging, enterprise messaging, MariaDB, and database, Keystone, Glance, Cinder, and the Nova API, Nova, the Neutron, OpenStack client, the Horizon dashboard, Nagios, and what else? And the PostScript. Okay, all these are all applied, and it is completed successfully. And if you see here, to access the OpenStack dashboard, you can go to this. Okay, now let's copy this, and I open my browser and paste here and put enter. Sorry. Okay, here I have given the username as admin. What is the password for that? Well, if you see here, there is a file called Keystone RC admin. Just see this. What is it? Okay. Here, if you see that there is a password here, OS password. Okay. Take that, copy it here. If you see the username admin and this is the password, put that here. Okay. And sign in. Well, we are at the dashboard, OpenStack dashboard, that is the horizon. And if you see here, nothing will be there, and networks, there is no networks, nothing. It's pure OpenStack without any configuration or users or, okay. You see here, network, topology, there is nothing. Okay. So what I can do is either I have two options. Go to admin and I can create my networks. Okay, like create network, and I can create the external network. I can create the router. That's what I have explained in my last video. Well, this time let's create with the command line. Okay. So before that, because what I need to change something in my networking. Why? Because I want to access the VM I'm going to create in the OpenStack. I need to access that from outside, and I want to access internet from that VM. That means this is practically, if you want to create a VM and you want to access internet from that VM, that means you should have access to the physical network and to the rather my local network, okay, where my router is. For that I need to change some settings, and let's do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change, if you see here, what are the network. If you see here, if config -a, this is external bridge. This is created, and this is the internal bridge, and this is the tunnel, bridge tunnel, and this is the physical, okay, this is the physical port, okay, because I have one port that is bridged, and if you see, this is 200 right now, okay. And what I'm going to change is the IP address between external bridge and this physical network, and I'm going to change the setting. For that, just don't do much. If you want to type, you can go and edit this file, okay, with whatever I've given. You edit, or you simple copy and paste it, okay. I'm going to do that. Okay, this is done, and again I'm going to edit. You see, this is the file, okay. I'm going to edit that as well. You can do it manually also, or you just copy and paste it, okay. Now, as I have changed the network settings, I can change my I can restart my network, or for safe purpose you can reboot the virtual machine. So what I'm going to do is reboot my machine or my VM, just reboot, okay. Just see here if it is rebooted or not, okay. After this rebooting, the network will be different. The physical network will not have any IP address. It will be just a bridge, and it will be just the external connection to the bridge or the virtual switch. If you see here, let me access the VM again from my putty. Because anyway I have not changed the IP address, so it is still the 200 I have given to the external bridge. If you see here, I have given my IP to the external bridge. This is 200, okay, and I have assigned to BR-EX, and that's the external bridge connection, okay. If you see here now, this is the BR-EX, and this is assigned at the 200, and this is just a this is the outside connection to the bridge, okay, the physical connection. That's done. After this, what you do is, it's nothing much because everything we have finished. There is one change you have to do with this, because the neutron has been configured differently. You just change some other things here. And search these network VLAN ranges, okay. Let's see here, what I'm going to do is just enable this network ranges, and it should be this one, okay. further is just see here, because I now that my physical is going to connect the VREX external bridge, so change this. Okay. Save the file. If you want, you can restart the VM after this. Okay. Sorry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the external network with this command. Okay, external network, and I'm going to create a router, and I'm going to create the external subnet. If you see here, I'm creating the subnet and allocation pool from 210 to 220, and in which subnet it is 0 subnet 192.168.0, which is my external subnet. That is my actually LAN, which is connected to the external router. Okay, let's see. Started. Okay, and okay. Now just shows this keystone.bin file, and just I'm going to do a copy paste. You can change the IPs or the subnet you want. Okay, you see it is created. Then the router, created. Let's see what is happening here. You can see, just you can see actually. You see now, refresh the network. You see here the external network which I created. It's created. Go to, if you can see here, like network topology. You see here, because I have created the external network, I have created a router, and it is created. Now I create a public, I created a public subnet, right? That external subnet where my, see here, you can change these IPs according to your external subnet, which your external router will be connected to. Okay, gateway. If you see here, I have given the gateway 192.168.0.1. It may be 1.1 in the one subnet, but for me it is, this is the network. My router gives me, this is the subnet. Okay, let's create it. Create it, and now set the router external to the external network. Done. Okay, done. Now let's refresh this. If you see here, okay, now this is connected. My network topology is showing this. Now what I can do is, you can refer to my earlier video after this one. everything will be same, but let me create my own private network. Private network, and the subnet I'll put at 0 dot. Okay, sorry. The private subnet. Okay, and the network address is 10.0.0.0/24, and then gateway IP 10.0.0.1 gateway. Okay, this is the private subnet. This is the network address of that, and this is one 10.0.0. Okay, I'll just create this pool allocated. DNS server, the Google's DNS server I'll put, create. Okay, now this see created, right? Topology. Now you see this. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to create a connection between this router and the internal subnet or internal network. So here it is subnet 10 dot. I'm going to add the interface. Okay, 10.0.0.1. The interface. Okay. See here, it's now connected. These two networks are connected. Okay. Great. Now go to access and security in the compute. As I said last time, just better you delete all this. Okay. And create new hard rule. Okay. ICMP protocol ingress. ICMP egress. Hard new TCP ingress. Hard new TCP egress. Hard rule UDP ingress. Hard new UDP egress. So I am allowing every traffic just to able to access my VM, or my VM should go outside and access. Okay, great. See what are the images available now. See, because I installed it very fresh, I don't have any image available, and I can go to admin. I can create an image. Actually, what you can go do is you can directly download, okay, from internet, which is as small as Cyrus. Okay, Cyrus OpenStack image. Okay, here you can go and see. Here it is. This is the link. You can just click here. You can save it here. I have already done that. Okay, here ISO images. Save it. Okay, saved. Now go to the OpenStack dashboard. Go to image here. Create image. Okay, I'll name it as Cyrus. Image location, I have did file, choose the file, and I have an ISO image, and if you see here, this is the image. Okay. Format, you KEMU emulator. Okay, put this one. Architecture, you can just leave it, and disk space I'll give 1 GB, RAM 512, and I'll make it public. Okay. See, it is created. Okay. Okay, another thing, we can set the key pair and cloud, create the key pair. Okay, let me download them itself. Okay. Now I have downloaded the key pair. Okay, great. Now go to instance. Last instance, I name it shares 1. Tiny 1 instance. Good from image. Okay. Access and security cloud, networking. Choose the private network and close it. Okay, another thing you must do to get access to the public. So create a floating IP, allocate to the project and allocate IP. It's allocated to the project, and now still it's not running. Taking some time. Okay, it's now running state. After running state, just allocate, assign some public IP to it. You see 192.168.0.211. Okay, this is the IP, and it is mapped to 10.0.0.111 internal IP. Okay, associate. So this is the internal IP, and this is the external IP to my external network. Okay, go to this. Go to the log. See what is happening here. Okay. Oh, this is already at the login prompt. Starting the VNC console. Okay, see, it is at the login prompt. Okay, go to here, click here to show the complete console. Okay, just log in from here directly. I give here you can log in using the virus. Login user, password is the cups win. Well, maybe I gave something wrong. Okay. See, the internal IP is 10.0.0.111. Okay. See if I can access the outside world. Ping 8.8.8.8. This is the, okay. See, it is pinging. Okay. Ping google.com. Yes, it is pinging. See if I want to browse Google, call google.com. Okay, see, I get the site, google.com site, and I got the response from that as well. Okay, so now with this video what I did is I created OpenStack. Let's summarize what we did today. I created a VM on my desktop, and I installed Fedora 21 on that using VMware Workstation. Then I installed OpenStack software, cloud software on that, and I have created a one node cluster using the Backstack client from Red Hat, and on that, using the OpenStack cloud software, I have created a VM, okay, from the Cyrus image, cloud image, OpenStack cloud image, and I'm running that, and I'm accessing internet from that internal VM as well. Okay, you see this is, and if you want to access this VM using from your PuTTY, then please follow my last video. I have given the way it can be accessed using the file, okay, this is the key pair, using this from your PuTTY you can access using SSH, and you can work on it, and whatever you want to install you can install on it. Hope you liked this video. This is pretty basic, and in my next video I'll explain how to create a multi-node OpenStack cluster. So this is a single node, and we'll explain how we can install OpenStack on a multi-node cluster, or we'll have multiple nodes, or maybe we can add another compute node to this single node cluster, and we can add even if a network node, we can add a storage node, and so on. We can even if add another controller node, and we can put both in HA mode. A lot of things are possible using different architecture, and that will be maybe some other time. Now, if you like it, please click the like. Thanks for watching.